This entire mushroom farm setup is only using one corner of the room, and this setup can realistically produce over 35 kg of mushroom from just 50 bags in its full life cycle. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build the setup step by step, the shelf arrangement, airflow, humidity, spacing, and the mistake that cause most small room farms to fail. And there's one tiny setup mistake most beginners make in corners that slightly reduce their yield by up to 30%, and I will show you how to avoid it. Let's be honest, a lot of people want to start mushroom farming, but immediately they say, I don't have land. In fact, my house is too small. I can't afford a farm structure right now. So they keep waiting. Meanwhile, somebody else is growing mushroom in a spare room, in a corner of their house, in a backyard shop, or even inside one corner of their balcony. The problem is not space. The problem is understanding how mushrooms actually use space, because mushrooms can actually grow vertically. And yes, and once you understand that, you stop thinking like a traditional farmer and start thinking like a system builder. And that's exactly what this setup is all about. Is not a farm in a traditional sense, but a compact biological production system. Now, let me show you the exact setup. Ta-da! This system is designed for beginners, small rooms, low startup budget, and minimal space. The goal is just simple: fit 50 productive mushroom bags into one corner without sacrificing airflow or yield. At this point, get a pen and paper and let's dive into it. Number one, your one corner shelf design. So the structure itself, most beginners waste space because they think horizontally, but mushroom rewards vertical thinking. So instead of spreading 50 bags around the room, we're going to stack them upwards, and you need about 1 to 1.5 meters wide, around 0.5 to 1 meter deep, and height of about 2 meters. That's it. Now here's the shelf structure. This is 5 shelf layers, 10 bags per level, and you're going to get a total of 50 bags. It's very simple. Now here's the important part most people miss. Don't push the shelf completely against the wall. Leave about 5 to 10 cm space behind the shelf, okay? Why? Because airflow matters more than people think. Mushrooms breathe. They are like the nearest thing to a human being when it comes to something you grow, okay? Because they release carbon dioxide and take in oxygen. Okay? And if those CO2 get trapped in the corner, the stems are going to become too long, the caps are going to stay tiny, and your yield is going to drop. And many beginners will start thinking, oh, they are bad though, the mushroom spawn I got is bad. No, it's your airflow. Alright, so your action step for this particular step is to choose a clean room corner, build 5 vertical levels, leave airflow space behind the shelves, and keep your shelves stable. Next thing we'll be looking at is your bag arrangement. Okay, placement is very important, because even with a good shelf, you can still ruin your production with poor arrangement. Most beginners overcrowd their bags. They squeeze everything tightly together, thinking more compact is better. No, wrong. Here's what happens when you are compressing them so much: the air movement is going to be reduced, okay? And moisture is going to get trapped unevenly. CO2 is going to build faster. So the correct arrangement is, for vertical parties, slightly staggered positioning is very important, because every bag needs breathing room in a way. And here's something most people never realize: proper spacing alone can improve your harvest by 10 to 15% without spending extra money. That's one of the hidden secrets in mushroom farming. Not more bags, better arrangement. So the action step is: don't pack your bags tightly, leave small gaps, rotate your bags weekly, and observe airflow zones. Secret number 3 is that humidity is everything in small space. Mushrooms are mostly water. If you don't know, I'm telling you now, mostly, especially the fresh ones, are mostly water. So if your humidity is poor, your mushrooms are going to shrink, their weight is going to reduce. Your target for humidity in your little space should be 80 to 90% humidity. Now in a small corner setup, humidity behaves differently. Why? Because small space dry quickly, air circulation changes faster, and heat build up easier. So here is a simple system I would recommend. Okay, mist your surrounding air 2 to 4 times daily. Spray the walls. If it's normal work, leave it. I rather you put nylons and spray the nylons, okay? Or place a bucket of water near the shelf as well. That's very simple, and surprisingly is effective. But here's another important warning: don't soak your bags directly. Too much water can cause bacterial growth, it can cause contamination, it can cause rot. You want moisture in the air so that the mushrooms can, take the humidity, the moisture they need from the air. Okay, you don't want them standing in a pool of water. Okay, you don't want that, because scientifically it's proven that low humidity increases evaporation stress, which reduces mushroom cap expansion. So when you have smaller caps, you have low lower weight and then you have less profit. So that is what we are trying to avoid. Okay, action step: mist 2 to 4 times daily, monitor your humidity, keep your airflow balanced, and avoid overwatering. Secret number 4 would be airflow. Now this is a hidden killer in small setups. Corners, they trap air, and trap air means trap CO2. That's trap carbon dioxide, which is dangerous. Not dangerous, but it's dangerous because your mushrooms are extremely sensitive to carbon dioxide levels, and when it's high, the stems are going to stretch and then their caps are going to shrink and your mushrooms are going to weaken, and then you'll be having low yield. You'll say, oh, she told me 35 kg from 50 bags at the end of a bag, but now I'm not getting something like that. All those things are very important that you monitor them, and most beginners don't even know that is happening. They just think, oh, my mushrooms are growing strangely. Oh, she just said something that is not true. But it's actually an airflow issue, right? And the simple airflow fix is open your windows daily, open the room for fresh air exchange. If it's possible for you to have like a small fan nearby, please have it on, not directly on them, but like to cause gentle airflow in your room. And this one adjustment, believe me, it alone can even completely change your harvest quality. So you can have everything right, and this particular one will be the thing that is taking you back or drawing you back. So make sure that you're able to like monitor all those things I've been mentioning. Then the 5th thing I want to talk about is cleanliness. Cleanliness is your insurance policy, because if you're not careful, contamination comes in. So let's talk about contamination, because small setups, of course, they spread contamination faster. If one infected bag still close to the others, it can spread quickly. That's why hygiene matters. And what are the common contaminations? So sticky hands, wet floors, old spawns, poor social pressurization, and many beginners ignore cleanliness because the setup is small. That's a big mistake. So most systems actually require more control, not less, more control. The daily routine should be like, you inspect your bags. Of course, they are small bags. So smell. Healthy mushroom farms smell earthy and fresh. Bad contamination often smells sour or rotten. Trust your nose. At this particular time, trust your nose. What are your action steps? Inspect your bags daily. Remember, it's a small setup, so you have to build that habit. Remove infected bags immediately. Keep your room clean. Very much important. Now, every time I love to talk about mindset framing. One thing I want to tell you today, one thing I want you to take away from this particular video is that you do not need a warehouse. You do not need a massive farm. You do not need expensive equipment. You just need control. You need consistency. You need observation, because mushroom farming rewards attention to details. And honestly, a well-managed corner setup can actually outperform a badly managed large farm. That's the truth. So start small, master the process, then you can scale gradually. That's why I started. If you have the resources, it's awesome for you to start boom, but I always encourage you to start small, learn, then you can scale as massive as you want to grow. That's how serious growers are actually built. Now, if you want the full system step by step, including the exact substrate formula, spawn mixing process, pressurization method, fruiting management, and how to sell your first harvest, I've put everything together in a complete digital training with live sessions, daily practical assignments to getting your first customers and making your first sales as a mushroom farmer, just for 15,500 lifetime access. As I keep updating it as the years go by. Check the link in the description of my bio. So make sure you're subscribing and watching this video and the next video, how much 50 mushroom bags can actually make you in Nigeria, because you need to know so you can make the right decisions. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and yeah, bye.